Hello everyone and welcome back to our tutorials on MetaTrader experts. And in this video we're going to be looking at the Gordon Day Trader, specifically the code review of what was done so far for the Gordon Day Trader. I am Vishnu Poonai and the product owner and mentor is Dr. Masood Sahaji. So now let's get into it. So first and foremost, here we have our meta editor, and we have the code as to what was done so far for the Gordon Day Trader. So let's get into what each of the code is and what they do, so you can have an understanding about what we've done so far and what we plan to continue doing. So first we have, as a requirement of the Gordon Day Trader, is it must load the MCAD, RSI, and Bollinger Bands indicators upon the launch of the expert in Forex. So that's what this first set of code does. So what these do is that it loads the indicator charts, and this set of code allows indicator charts to be loaded and applied to the individual window and currency that you currently have open. And what this group of code here is that it sets up the inputs and variables for the rest of the EA, such as the magic number, trading hours, start time, stop time, which we'll get into in a few. So first, as we can see, we have our onInitialized function here, and we have our start custom indicators set. So these are what we're going to load the MACD, Bollinger Bands, and the RSI indicators. So before we move on, let's take a look of what that looks like. So let's see, we have it's here, and we just pull this in. It's cute. And as you can see, it drew the Bollinger Bands, load the MACD, and the RSI indicators on the chart. Now, what about these other lines here? What are they? So a next requirement was the Gordon Day Trader was to draw the min-max lines and the Fibonacci for the previous periods or a specific optimization periods, and that is what these functions do here. So as we can see, they're called in the ontick here, and they're defined in their own functions further down below, as we can see here. Style red, and this is what it used, set integer to start drawing based on the historical period. This is the horizontal line move, so it can draw the lines based on the previous periods, etc. So that's basically for the drawing part of the Gordon Day Trader. As we can see here, it does what is necessary and what it sets out to do. Now, moving on, we do have two strategies that we needed to focus on for the Gordon Day Trader. And the first strategy was to use the RSI and Bollinger Bands and MACD indicators together to make buy and sell trades depending on overbought or oversold positions. So as we can see here, we have the code for that. This is all the drawings. Here we go. So our function strategy, RSI bands, MACD. As we can see, we've called IBands, IMACD, IRSI functions that is built into MetaCodes 4, MetaTrader 4, and we have basically hard-coded our positions here. If greater than each point, lower Bollinger Bands, greater than lower Bollinger, and MACD greater than 0. We set the sell signal to sell, and here we have the opposite. We set it to buy, sell, depending on these three criteria for combining these three indicators. And we do, if the signal is buy, we do have set it to do 1 hour at a time, 150 per trade, and so on and so forth. So buy, sell, whatever, and so on. So what this is our strategy 1, and we have found that it does work. It does make profit, as you can see in our reports for the Gordon Day Trader Confluence page that we currently have up, and which leads us to our second function, where we do have set to check close orders, which is a group of code that closes the orders at the end of the day to ensure that this works as a day trader, as here we have here. Now, this works in condition with the trading time, which only allows trading during the day at a specific time for the Gordon day trading algorithms. And such, we have essentially created a day trader. Now, we do have some conflict with this, as you can probably tell from our reports that we're trying to work on, or that the future professionals in this class will work on. And so we do have it based in the code for use if necessary and adjustments. And what all remains therefore is the second strategy, which was to use the RSI indicator and SMA indicators together to make trades if and only if strategy 1 does not have high indication of currently buying and selling. Then strategy 2 was so to kick in. We weren't unable to finish this, but we do have the base code here set up all the way up to the signals for buy and sell. All that needs to be done is tinkering or optimizing the downtrend and the RSI values for the second strategy. So that's basically it for our code review. Quite straightforward and simple compared to the remaining or the other EAs, as we are combining strategies that was done by one person on a day-to-day basis. So that brings us to our conclusion on the code review. If you do have any information on this tutorial or questions, please free to contact me at this email. And if you do have any questions on the project in general, please free to contact Dr. Masood Sahaji at this email here as well. Thank you.